Tell me about moving when you were young and chasing the dream of becoming a professional fisherman. You said you put all your stuff in a car, you hauled yourself out to Alabama. How many people before you did that or when you did that told you were crazy?
Well, certainly all my friends told me I was crazy. You know, all my buddies in Northern California. There was a couple other fishermen. One specifically, he's one of the best fishermen that's ever lived, Aaron Martins. He did it. He's about maybe 12 or 13 years older than me, so I kind of grew up watching him. He was definitely my idol in fishing and watching him and learning from his ways. But, you know, I wasn't married, no kids at the time when I did it. Of course, people always say, is your wife from California? I'm like, there's no way that would have worked, bringing a California girl to Alabama and expecting that to work out. So I got married and, you know, I got a little boy here now, and I'm here for the long haul. I love living here. The thing about bass fishing is it's East Coast related, you know, and Southern related. So most of our tournaments are Texas to the East Coast, Minnesota to the East Coast. If you draw that line, you know, very rarely do we get to get out west. I wish we did more, but everything happens out here, so I wanted to be in the heart of where it was all happening. And yeah, man, it's crazy. You know, I look back on everything, and everything's worked out, and now I'm just kind of soaking this one up, but I'll be ready for another win here soon.
When I left my house, I was living at home for a year after college. I couldn't get a job. I finally landed a job, and I grew up in New York, in Florida, and I just packed up my car, and I just said, I'm going to chase this job. And I didn't know if I was going to get it. I didn't know if I was going to stay there. I didn't know what it was going to pay really, but I just had to go out and get it. And I think back and say, boy, I'm surprised I wasn't more scared. But I really wasn't scared. I was really enthusiastic and excited to go try it. And maybe it's because the ignorance of youth. You know, I was 22 years old, 23 years old, and just said, I'm chasing this. I wonder the same thing about you. When you pack up that car and drive from California to Alabama, is there a part of you that's scared that it won't work, or you just go, man, I'm chasing this. I don't care what happens?
Yeah, man, there is literally no fear of it not working. It was, you know, I didn't have the responsibility, so I wasn't married and no kids, so it was easy for me to do it and just think, hey, if this doesn't work out, I'll go back. But in my mind, I mean, that's really cool to hear your story like that, because those line up pretty similar. We just took different routes. You know, you're not a professional fisherman, but I am, and you know, you just got to do it. And I don't ever regret anything I did. You know, I look back on it and I'm like, if I could do it all over again, I'd do it the same way. And you know, I moved into pretty much a guy's basement, paying $200 when I first moved to Alabama, just trying to get myself situated. And I moved after that up to Lake Gunnersville, which is just a world famous bass lake, and that's where I've lived ever since. And yeah, man, I don't plan on moving. And I don't want to pack everything up and move across the country again.